Hello, I'm Ron, and today we're going to analyze a game between Fabiano Caruana and versus Hikaru Nakamura. This was played in London Chess Classic in 2016, and this is a very short game but a very tactical one, and I like the way it's played, a little creative and on the side of Fabiano Caruana, and I would say that there are lots of variations to move sometimes, and many people will try to figure out why one move is better than another. I will try to test for them as I get along with the game. Hopefully, as a rookie chess player, I would be able to do justice to the game. Let's start on the game then. E4, C5, N3, D6, D4, C into D4, knight to D4, knight to F6, knight to C3, and A5. We have this is the knight of variation with the Sicilian defense, and in this position, normally black plays B5, preparing for a queenside play, but white is in a good position to start a kingside play. So let's see how it goes. Bishop to g5, e6, f4, h6, trying to drive the bishop away, but the bishop is not relieving that knight of this nasty pin. And bishop to h4, perhaps it's asking for g5. So g5 can be met with f into g5 and h into g5 and then bishop into g5. So the pin remains, but black had different plans. Black wanted to target the b2 pawn, but it was not easy, because with a3, if black takes the pawn over here, it will get trapped. So it was not feasible, and black covers that knight. Otherwise, covers this knight on nf6, because if this bishop was exchanged with this knight, then the pawn structure will break. So bishop f2, trying to target the queen over here, and queen to c7, and queen f3, moving this knight from the back rank, and in a more favorable position where maximum activity can happen, also preparing for a queenside castle. So in bd7, knight to d7, trying to prepare the knight to come over to the b6 square or the c5 square, aiming for the queenside play. Long side castle, b5 again. I mean, whenever in a chess game, whenever two opponents castle on the opposite sides, then it becomes a very aggressive match normally. g5, but it's somewhat strange, because normally you wouldn't want to do this. You wouldn't want to break your king's position, because if you're going to castle on the king's side, then this move actually weakens your king's position. But then again, it's Nakamura, so really can't complain. I obviously he knows better than me. h4, trying to take the c pawn with the h4 pawn, and on it's being recaptured by the h6 pawn. Then this rook can capture the black rook on d8, h8. Sorry. So preparing for a tactical combination over here, and g into ef4. There is no hurry in taking the black pawn because it will soon be taken, and there is a risk to that. We will find that why, because if this pawn is being taken, then the queen runs into a risk. So b4, aiming to break the white king's safety over here. So a into b4, knight e5, targeting the the white queen. The white queen could have moved somewhere, maybe g2 or h3, but it's decided to take this pawn on f4, and that sort of prepared for a tactical combination for both sides. Like, this pawn could be captured in return by knight into g4, but that actually prepares for e5. So bishop takes the knight, and the e pawn, like the black e pawn, moves forward, and moves forward. But instead of this, I figured out that if black played knight into g4 instead, what would happen? Queen into g4, e5, and it would not be a good position for black to play. So e5 it was, and queen into f6, sacrificing the queen for an extra piece. Queen into f6, bishop into f6, knight into d5. Now this was a good move because either way it cannot this bishop was hanging, but it could not be taken by this bishop because then the queen is hanging too. So the queen had to move, and it moves. Queen d8. Now sometimes, I mean, at this stage people could say that why not take the bishop, the black bishop, on f6 first of all, but it would not be a good move. It can definitely, this knight, this white knight on d4 can definitely move to c6, targeting the queen again. But yeah, it might have been a better move. But Caruana, I mean white, plays knight to f5, but computer suggests knight to c6 because it actually targets the queen, and either way this you can exchange this well, this in this variation the queen definitely gets exchanged. So the computer suggests a good move, but Fabiano Caruana plays a different move, knight to f5, Here, uh, black decides to move the rook to a more active position, and knight to f6, now finally taking that bishop. But there's a reason, because if when like black plays his queen, captures that knight with his queen, then this pawn falls. So white gains a pawn, and in this position, rook to d1. Now this is a very tough position to play, actually. mm, the black castles on the king's side, and h5, stopping this pawn from moving forward and harrying this bishop, whereby it could have moved back, but this position stops this pawn stops this black pawn from moving forward, and which is good for the white side. It stops a lot of play for black. Queen to g5, but it can easily be stopped by moving this black bishop, and queen to f6, getting back there. And from now on, from this move forward, it was really devastating play for Fabiano Caruana and Hikaru Nakamura. I mean, black totally fell apart. Ah. Right, so from here you can see knight to h6, checking the black king, king h8. Okay, then it could be played this position. I mean, like the knight can take the pawn on f7, which would mm, which would definitely like create a he will gain the bishop anyway, so gain a piece anyway. So but he will be losing a pawn, and to make sure the king's safety does not is not risked, he moves his bishop to f5 and pushes his pawn to b5, queen e8, because at this stage this bishop falls anyway. So uh, knight to f7, checking that combination, finally taking that bishop, black bishop, and rook to h6, queen to h8, rook to g1. So at this stage black resigns, but I just wanted to see how it could go on from here, so I just played on. And if black would still play on, the match would go on like this: rook g1, king f8, then rook h8, taking that black rook, and then queen into bishop into c5, checking the king, black king. Now this would again take the black queen instead. So ultimately at this position, with two bishops, the white square bishop and the black square bishop, and black having only one rook, and white having two extra pawns. So anyway, this was a winning match for white, and I believe that Caruana played really well in this game. Lot of tactics, and uh, the the in between moves were really good. I It shows that you should always mind your king safety first of all, then play for in any attack. So this was a good lesson for me. Hopefully, it was also a good lesson for my viewers as well. Thank you.